My mother-in-law thought she could intercept our $100,000 house down payment to secretly buy a home for her golden child daughter. She assumed we would just absorb the massive financial loss out of toxic family loyalty. But she forgot one massive detail. I literally analyze financial fraud for a living. Watch how I turned her theft into a federal investigation and legally forced her to liquidate her entire retirement fund. Through my platform, ClearCoin, I spend every single day teaching people about financial boundaries, asset protection, and the devastating cost of financial abuse. But the hardest lesson to learn is that sometimes the most dangerous thieves have a key to your front door. My husband and I spent 3 years living incredibly frugally to save up a $100,000 cash down payment for our dream home. Because we were in the middle of transitioning banks, my husband temporarily parked the funds in his oldest legacy savings account. What he forgot was that when he opened that account at 16 years old, his mother, Brenda, was listed as a joint signer. Just 48 hours before our scheduled closing date, our title company called me in a panic. Our wire transfer had bounced. I immediately logged into the banking portal, and my blood ran completely cold. The entire $100,000 balance was gone. I didn't panic. I went straight into forensic accounting mode. I pulled the exact transfer logs and saw that the funds weren't hacked. They had been manually wired in person at a local branch to a completely different title company across town. My husband and I drove straight to Brenda's house. When we kicked the front door open, she was sitting in her living room, casually drinking tea with his older sister, Chloe. Brenda didn't even try to deny it. She actually smiled and smugly admitted that she had monitored the account, saw the massive balance, and decided to wire the $100,000 to Chloe's title company instead. Chloe had been desperately trying to buy a house she couldn't afford, and Brenda decided our money was the perfect solution. Brenda looked my husband dead in the eye and said, "You and your wife have amazing corporate jobs. You can easily save up again in a year or two. Chloe is a single mother, and she deserves a luxury home right now. Family helps family." She honestly believed that because her name was technically still on that childhood account, she had the absolute legal authority to drain it. She expected me to just cry, cancel our house closing, and let her golden child daughter steal my financial future. She severely underestimated my knowledge of banking laws. I didn't scream, and I didn't negotiate. I pulled out my phone and explained the cold, hard, legal reality. While her name was on the account, every single penny of deposit history belonged solely to my husband's and my W-2 payroll deposits. Taking those funds and transferring them to a third party to purchase real estate wasn't a family favor. It was textbook, felony-level wire fraud. I gave her exactly 1 hour. I told her I was walking straight into the FBI field office to file a federal wire fraud report, which would instantly freeze Chloe's new house closing and put Brenda in a federal prison for grand larceny. The smug smile vanished from her face. She started sobbing hysterically, begging us not to call the police. I told her there was only one way to avoid a prison sentence. We forced Brenda to log into her massive, untouched 401k retirement portal right there on her iPad. We made her initiate an emergency, penalty incurring early withdrawal for the exact sum of $100,000, plus the $10,000 in earnest money we almost lost. Because of the massive tax penalties she incurred for the early withdrawal, wiping out that cash effectively destroyed her comfortable retirement. We got our money back the very next morning, closed on our beautiful dream home, and immediately filed permanent restraining orders against both of them. Chloe's house contract fell through, and Brenda is now facing a broke retirement. She tried to steal my house, so I made sure she paid the ultimate financial price.